Jarvan 4 is an interesting champion who hasn't seen mass popularity in the league since his birth back in 2011. Jarvan has struggled in his primary role as jungle since as early as 2018, and for most players, it feels like his actual primary role is one of his most memorable quotes.
Today is a good day to die. Today is a good day to die. Today is a good day to die.
But recently, some players have come to recognize the potential in Jarvan in Season 11, seeing that he potentially has the ability to function better in the support role. Heck, I mean, we've even seen it in some pro games.
This could be the go button here. They're going in. All right, Ellen is going to get engaged upon Light. The only one, a three-man play coming in from Carrier, but he gets burst down immediately as Light is going to engage. The double knockup with the flag and drag is massive.
But there's one Jarvan Support player who's a hipster of sorts and has been playing Jarvan Support even before it was cool. Our Jarvan player today is named Kosmish on the NA server, and this season he has already hit Master Tier by taking Jarvan out of the jungle and one-tricking him into the support role with phenomenal results. He started playing ranked in Season 7 where he already had a love for Jarvan, but started playing him in the jungle. He played Jarvan primarily while mixing in other junglers like Nunu and Shyvana. And while he was finding success on all of them, his Shyvana had a 94% win rate over 33 games. He discovered he still loved the playstyle of Jarvan most. Kosmish guarded nearly 100 games on J4, finishing with a 69% win rate and pushing himself all the way to Silver 2. In Season 8, he began to diversify his champion pool a bit, trying basically every role and attempting some off-meta supports like LeBlanc, future video idea maybe. But he kept coming back to Jarvan, and after trying some other supports like Thresh, Zyra, and Rakan, he thought why not try his favorite champion in the support role as well. His hard work and theory crafting paid off when at the end of the season he just barely finished in the bottom of Diamond. He slowed down a bit in Season 9, but still finished in Diamond once again. This time just barely higher, and when Season 10 rolled around, it was all Jarvan Support all the time. While he did dabble in some other off-meta champions, he played over 300 games as Jarvan Support and pushed himself all the way into Grandmaster rank. Now in Season 11, he is stuck with Jarvan once again. With over 160 games on the champion and a 55% win rate, Kosmish is currently ranked Master rank 69 LP, where he continues to climb to this day. If you think about Jarvan, he has some glaring weaknesses when it comes to support. If you use your flag and drag combo to try to engage on the enemy bot lane, you have no escape mechanism past that point, leaving you vulnerable to heavy counterattacks and potentially death. He has no real support ability and is completely unable to heal or shield his teammate from oncoming damage. And as every support, you'll be lacking funds, so your ability to one-shot an enemy or be tanky enough to survive an engage has diminished as compared to if you were playing him in another role. And finally, ever since Rel came out, his armor is just not as cool as hers, but even with all of these potential problems, Kosmish has found a way to make it work. In lane at level 1, he will pick E or his Demacian standard ability first. This ability doubles as both a poke against the enemy laners, as well as supplying his AD carry a cool 20% attack speed steroid. He wants to play safe level 1 as if he was a Leona, waiting for his full combo to have any playmaking ability. Until then, he'll chill back, use E if potentially he can hit both of the enemy laners, and potentially auto attack and use his passive if somebody gets way too close. Level 2, he'll level up his Q ability or Dragon Strike. Now he at least has the ability to go in and he becomes a huge threat. He'll regularly walk into River with his AD carry to assist with Scuttle if needed and net a kill, or at least a summoner spell. Just like Jarvan's E, his Q is pulling double duty, doing some decent damage and also reducing whoever he hits with its armor to allow his AD carry and potentially jungle or mid laner, whoever is around, to do more damage to them. At level 3, he levels up his W for more survivability in lane, and when he uses his flag and drag. Keep in mind that Jarvan's shield, or Golden Aegis, increases in power with each enemy hit. So in the bot lane where there's two enemies always right next to each other, he'll almost always get double the value for his ability when he goes in. He'll often even use this ability pretty frugally when he knows he'll take some damage, like when he's trying to farm with his support item passive. He then proceeds to max his E in lane. As his main poke and steroid ability, it's his most important tool. He'll use it semi-regularly to poke when he's certain there's no danger around, and also to condition the enemy to not know when he's going in. Anytime he pokes, he's really looking for opportunities to hit both the laners with it if he can. He keeps this cycle up until he hits level 6 when he levels his ultimate. He really likes to save this ultimate for when he's getting a gank from someone on his team. Jarvan functions as one of the best supports to set up ganks in the bot lane, and because of this, Kosmish is a bit more stingy with using his ultimate unless he's for sure that he can get a kill with it, or he needs to assist in an escape. Mid-game or even early game under the right circumstances, as Jarvan support, Kosmish can easily look for roams around the map. Jarvan is known as a ganking jungler typically, and this is one of his strengths as support as well. He's not afraid to go mid or to scuttle crab if his minions are crashing under the turret. He's also not afraid to start roaming the map if he doesn't need to back with his AD carry, or he just recently backed and can surprise the lane by just walking there. By mid-game, and sometimes even a lot earlier, Kosmish will have a commencing stopwatch from his runes available. He'll often catch enemies off guard with this since the majority of players are not expecting a Jarvan to have such an early stopwatch. This allows him to make some big plays and big baits, and while he regularly sells it once it's used, it typically pays for itself with the playmaking potential. When Kosmish teamfights as Jarvan, he's filling one of two purposes, and honestly these purposes are pretty similar to my Zac support video, so go check that out if you haven't also. When Kosmish teamfights as Jarvan, he has the ability to completely initiate a fight and lock up multiple enemies in place for his team to follow up on and finish. Jarvan's ultimate has a 3.5 second time where an enemy can potentially not escape, officially being the longest movement impairing ability in the game if they have no way out. In this situation, Kosmish is looking to hit as many enemies as he can with all of his abilities and combos. Also like Zac, if Kosmish has a high value carry on his team that's in danger of being dove on, he can instead choose to peel for them. His ultimate, flag and drag, and shield can all function as deterrents from the enemy team hopping on his AD carry or other fed allies. It also can potentially give his team an easy way to escape if a teamfight is completely lost. Some different Jarvan 4 tips and tricks I just learned while watching a bunch of Kosmish's games. First and foremost, Jarvan's ult combos. The most standard ult combo is the one that you know with Jarvan, where he's going to flag and drag in, use his ultimate, and then shield on anybody who he's caught inside. But that doesn't mean it's the only Jarvan ult combo that you should be using. As support Jarvan, you're regularly under-leveled or less tanky than a jungle Jarvan would be. So if Kosmish can ult an enemy without using his flag and drag, he'll preferentially do this. It can save him from quickly getting bursted down and allow him to escape the Cataclysm. Or as I previously mentioned, use the same combo to peel and kite for his team. It's almost like using an Anivia wall in this respect. We mentioned it in the early game, but Kosmish also maxes his Demacian standard or E ability first, not only because it allows for some okay poke and long range, but also because it offers his team a lot of hidden stats. With teammates nearby, tossing out a Demacian standard at max level gives every one of them in the area a 30% attack speed boost. A dagger gives 12% attack speed and costs 300 gold, and with some quick math we find out that one attack speed is worth 25 gold. That means you're offering 750 gold worth of attack speed for each member on your team in the middle of a team fight, while pushing a tower or while getting Dragon or Baron. Use it often. And the flag tips just don't stop there, because you should also be using your Demacian standard to check bushes when you smell something fishy, or Jinzawi. For his build, he starts every game with steel shoulder guards, as it gives him nearly everything he could want as Jarvan 4 support. He'll then rush for his boots, almost always picking up boots of lucidity, but very rarely picking up boots of mobility if he needs some more roam power. Next, he'll prioritize building Kindle Gem and Glacial Buckler for some early game stats, and to eventually build into his Zeke's Convergence. He'll then build his Mythic, a Frostfire Gauntlet, prioritizing his Balmy Cinder first. After building his Mythic, he will regularly have enough money to quickly finish his Zeke's Convergence, and look to the enemy team for what his 5th item should be. If the team is healing heavy, he might have built a Bramble Vest earlier that will eventually turn into a Thornmail. If they're AD heavy, he prefers a Dead Man's Plate. AP heavy, a Force of Nature. And if he's feeling really spicy against an all-in team, he may finish his Zhonya's Hourglass. If the game goes long or he needs some more oomph in his build, he'll build an Elixir of Iron. And for his 6th item, and throughout the whole game as a good support does, he's buying pink wards to win the vision game. For his runes, he always takes Guardian to make him surprisingly tanky with his W, Font of Life to help him sustain in early trades, Conditioning to give him more tank stats later on in the game, and Overgrowth to make him also more tanky. He brings an Inspiration secondary page with perfect timing to allow him to make some crazy plays, and Biscuit Delivery to help out with sustainability. For his flex runes, he always brings 1 ability haste, and will choose either to bring 2 armor, 2 magic resist, or 1 of each, depending on the enemy team comp. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. I apologize, last week I was not able to create them because I was actually out visiting some family, so I appreciate y'all hanging in there while I created this video. It's been a little bit more difficult because even this week I got sick after visiting that family. It's not the Rona, but I am feeling a little bit better, so if my voice was a little scratchy during this, I apologize for that, and the next one will be hopefully a lot better with the voiceover. If you guys are still watching this point, I would love, you already know what I'm going to say, for you guys to click that like button or the subscribe button down there. It helps me get my videos in front of you, and I would love to see you guys around here in the comments more often. Also, I do stream every Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I know it's not that much, but I still do have a full-time job while doing this, so I appreciate if you guys could go over there. I have all my links in the description below, so go ahead and check them out. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great day or night or whatever it is for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.